Now on Denver 7 News at 11, the snow is all but done falling, but bitter cold remains. Conditions are helping, but also complicating the work firefighters are doing in the mountains. We just got an update from the fire lines. And the cold is shutting down some COVID testing centers today as doctors say the country needs to rethink its testing plan. Thanks for joining us on Denver 7 News at 11. I'm Molly Hendrickson. It is a weather action day because of the severe cold and snow. We have reporters across the Front Range monitoring conditions, but our team coverage begins with Katie LaSalle in the Weather Center. Katie.
Good Monday morning to you. It has been such a frigid morning across the plains. Temperatures started off in the single digits. We're still only in the single digits across a big portion of the metro area. Some of our roadways are getting better that have been treated, but still be extra cautious if you do need to be out and about today. Continued snowfall into portions of the high country. A live look this morning from Vail. A beautiful winter wonderland, and as mentioned, helpful for some drought conditions and also with the wildfires that have burned really rapidly across the state over the past few weeks. Now, we aren't out of the woods just yet. We still have a winter storm warning in place. All areas shaded here in portions of our northern central mountains down through Alamosa and Telluride until at least 6 o'clock tonight, where snow will continue to fall. Winter weather advisories remain for Burlington down through Lamar, with a couple of more inches of accumulation possible as we go through the next few hours. So here's our current satellite and radar composite. Up into our northern mountains, still picking up some light to moderate snowfall, portions of Boulder County. In Denver, a couple of flurries lingering, the heaviest snow right now near Trinidad, moving out to La Junta. Temperature-wise, it is 10 degrees in Greeley, same out to the airport, 1 in Allens Park, and over the northeastern plains, just seeing single-digit temperatures, but the wind chill values are making it feel even colder. Won't warm up too much this afternoon. High temperatures only in the high teens. We are going to be seeing more single-digit, if not below zero wind chills for tomorrow. A gradual warm-up this week, and then a pretty nice Halloween in store. I'll take you through the extended forecast still to come.
All right, thank you, Katie. Plows are out in full force trying to clear neighborhoods. It is slow going around the metro. Denver 7's Micah Smith continues our team coverage from Boulder.
We spent the first half of the day driving all over Boulder, checking out road conditions from Boulder Scenic Overlook down to Pearl Street Mall. Now here we're at Chautauqua Park. Every place we've been this morning, the story has pretty much been the same. Roads have been snow covered, snow packed. Plows have been out and about trying to clear the way, but they had a very tough job ahead of them. Now, Boulder, if you've been up here before, you know residents are pretty used to this type of weather. We caught up with a guy named Matt who was cruising his way through Chautauqua Park. He said he was avoiding shoveling his driveway because he knew it was a very big job. So instead, he got around on skis.
I just live a couple blocks down here, so I'm really lucky. I just walked up here. I'll walk back down. I have a lot of shoveling left to do, though.
You don't want to wait too long to shovel that driveway, though, because before we know it, this snow will turn into ice. If you're wondering which roads are plowed, which streets are plowed and ready to go, safe for you to take, the city of Boulder does have a tool on its website. You can check out an interactive map there that will show you exactly which streets have already been treated. Reporting in Boulder, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
Micah, thank you. Closer to the Cameron Peak fire, the largest fire in state history, burning out of control in Larimer County. People are just glad to have something else falling from the sky that isn't ash. Here's Denver 7's Sean Toll.
Up to the north, Fort Collins looks to have gotten about a foot of snow, and Colorado State actually canceled classes for today, so it's very quiet around the campus. While it's quiet on campus, the roads were a little noisy and not a joy to be out on.
That was interesting. I keep a shovel in my car. I drive a tiny little Honda, so I'm kind of used to getting stuck, and if I do, I just jump out and shovel my way out. There are a lot of people that were stuck along the sides or getting out of their streets.
We saw a few cars stuck alongside the road. Thankfully, Good Samaritans helped pull them out. But this storm isn't unexpected.
It's October in Colorado. We always get one around Halloween, towards the end of October.
But just to the west is the Cameron Peak and East Troublesome fires, which has Silver Grill Cafe GM Amanda Ulo in Fort Collins thankful for the blanket of snow.
It's definitely lessened the ash that's falling on us for sure.
For months, that ash was what was lining the sidewalks and falling from the sky.
Last week, in between every corners on the streets, you could see ash build up. We've been constantly sweeping. When people sit on patios, it's been falling into their food. It's been constant for a couple months now.
So as this winter weather becomes more normal, she hopes to worry less about the fires and more about navigating the cold at her restaurant.
It's going to be a rough winter with that for sure.
Hopefully they only continue to see this type of precipitation from the sky. Sean Toll, Denver 7.
Here's a look at where our major fires stand right now. The size and containment of the Cameron Peak fire remains unchanged at 208,000 acres. Firefighters increased containment on the East Troublesome fire that's burned more than 192,000 acres. In Boulder County, the size and containment of the Calwood and Left Hand Canyon fire stayed the same, 10,000 acres and 460 acres respectively. And we want to thank those of you who have already donated to Denver7 Gives to provide assistance to fire victims. We're working with our partners, the United Way of Larimer County, the Grand Foundation's Grand County Wildfire Emergency Fund, and the Community Foundation of Boulder County. But we want to make it easier for you to donate. In addition to donating to our Denver7 Gives online campaign, we're staffing a call center tonight during Denver7 News at 4, 5, and 6. 100% of your donations will go to help those in need. And we're seeing just how personally our heroic firefighters are taking the battle to protect homes inside the fire lines. Take a look at this note left on a home by crews from the Meeker Fire Department. It reads, "If this home finds you, we must have done something right." The note explains firefighters did their best to protect the home before flames and heat pushed them out of the area. And it worked because the note was waiting for homeowners when they returned home. In a tweet, the homeowners called the crew that saved their house superheroes. Today, the U.S. Senate is preparing for a full chamber vote on Judge Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation to the Supreme Court. Lawmakers have been holding a marathon hearing all night and into this morning about Judge Barrett's confirmation. This is a live look right now as that session continues. For weeks, Democrats have called on Senate Republicans to postpone the confirmation until after the election. Last night, the Republican majority voted to move ahead. The vote will be tonight with Judge Barrett sworn in at the White House soon after. And now to the latest in the race for the White House. 8 days from the election and a record number of voters are casting ballots. And both candidates are hitting the campaign trail hard to win last-minute votes. ABC's Rena Roy reports.
Nearly 60 million Americans have cast their ballots early, already exceeding the total for all of early voting in 2016, with still 8 days to go until Election Day.
I have family members that never cared about politics in their entire lives. They are voting.
In one of the most contentious elections in U.S. history, both candidates giving it their all in the home stretch.
Thank you, Ohio. Go out and vote.
Pennsylvania matters. So please vote.
The president hitting battleground states, continuing to downplay the severity of the coronavirus pandemic, though daily case numbers are hitting record highs, according to the COVID tracking project.
We're rounding the turn. We're doing great. Our numbers are incredible.
Still defending his mostly maskless rallies in a heated interview on 60 Minutes.
I tell people to wear
But you
masks.
don't.
Leslie, we hand out thousands of masks.
But you
at
look
every
out
rally.
and they're not wearing them. You don't get up there and say, look,
Okay.
come on.
Go
I don't
ahead.
want you to
What's
get
your next
sick.
question, Leslie?
He then abruptly ended the interview.
I think we have enough of an interview here, Hope. Okay, that's enough. Let's go.
Meantime, Biden, who's up in the polls, was in the key state of Pennsylvania over the weekend.
It may come down to Pennsylvania. And I believe in you. I believe in my state.
Trump is planning to visit nearly a dozen states in this last week ahead of Election Day. Joe Biden also ramping up his campaigning with plans to visit 6 key battleground states in the coming days. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, we have 2 important voting deadlines today. It is the last day to mail in your ballot. If it isn't in the mail by today, you must drop it off or vote in person to guarantee your vote counts. And if you want to receive a ballot in the mail, you must register by today. You can register up until polls close on Election Day, but you'll have to pick up a ballot or vote in person. And don't forget, you can track your ballot by signing up for Ballot Tracks.
You'll be sent a message when your ballot is mailed to you, and then also sent a message when your county clerk receives the ballot and when it's accepted. And it's just one way to innovate and modernize our elections. Just like you can track a package being sent, you should be able to track your ballot.
And we can help walk you through the process. Just click on the 2020 election guide on thedenverchannel.com.